Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant, Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. And if you're not a part of this amazing community yet, do visit our website as given in the scroll here and join the community free of cost. Now, coming to the market yesterday, a big fall, isn't it? We could see actually the complete Nifty, opening and then a continuous fall till the end of the day. So that was something, we could see it was a gap down opening, and from there the fall continued, and till the end of the day, every rise was sold into. So it was just at probably the last half an hour where we could see some recovery, and we could still see the Indian market actually close strongly higher than 18,000. So that was, of course, a good sign, isn't it? So definitely it was an event yesterday because the US CPI was expected as discussed in the morning yesterday. But then, if you remember what we had spoken, I was telling you that the US markets are already in oversold zone, and any good news can give a big rally, isn't it? Well, there is a surprise. We'll talk about it a little later. I'm sure some of you would have already known it. But however, let us see what happened in the market, in the market yesterday. So we could see a broad-based selling. Almost every sector was falling. We could see major selling in especially the metal sector. In fact, pharma and every sector was actually falling. IT sector also fell big, in fact. Not only that, if you look at what happened in the pharma sector, you should actually have looked at the candle in the pharma sector. The pharma sector actually rallied up in the first few minutes. And from there, a big fall, and the day's low was also broken. Same with IT sector. IT sector tried to rally, but again, that also sold. And we could, the first half was completely in sell-off mode. And it was like, the entire market was just falling and closing down. In fact, at one point of time, even 18,000 was broken, and we went, much below 18,000. But then we could see 17,950 as a good support, and from there, the Nifty actually started rising up and finally closed positively at 18,000 plus. So there were some important results that actually came up yesterday. We did expect the results of SAIL. Of course, we had expected SAIL to report some losses, and they've reported almost 300 crores lost. That was expected, like any other metal company that's happening right now. And that is okay, I would say, so not a big deal. So I don't think SAIL would actually react much for that. But then, of course, we could see Zomato coming out with results, and Zomato's revenue has gone up by almost 60%. That's something amazing. So revenue has been going up. So food delivery is actually doing good. And apart from that, the losses have actually narrowed down. So, around 40% losses have come down, which is actually, again, a good thing for Zomato. So Zomato is another stock which is on radar. Let's see when and how it can be added. So apart from that, we could also see Nykaa. Nykaa is looking good at a tempting price of just 182. So on the chart, of course, it shows like 82% fall, but of course, it's not a 82% fall. We know it is a bonus share. So for every person who's owning a share of, one share of Nykaa, you'll be getting 5 bonus shares. So yesterday was the X date, and we could see the X date prices change, and that's exactly why Nykaa has come down to around 180 levels. But in fact, I would say it has not fallen. In fact, after the stock split, in fact, yesterday, we could see it kind of slightly rising, and also it was almost 2% up, I would say. That was kind of good. And the best part is, we did not see any major selling. Of course, yesterday, there was Citibank, which had a block deal of Nykaa to be sold. Probably that is sold, but then it was not a big effect on it. And I would say that, even many investors have not actually sold the stocks in Nykaa. So that was also kind of expected. So, I would say it's a happy start. That's so. However, let us see. Our long term, definitely, this is company is going to give us good profit, and that's exactly we are holding some good amount there. So that looks good for now, and we'll continue to hold there. So apart from that, if you look at major results coming today, we have Mahindra and Mahindra, which will be in focus among other companies. So Mahindra and Mahindra has already closed its all-time high, and things are looking good there. So let us hope for a good results from Mahindra. That's what I'm expecting. So Tata Motors disappointed slightly, and we could see that kind of moving down. But apart from that, today, since there is a superpower that I'm going to talk about, this is something that we need to watch. So let's see how Mahindra actually turns up. So coming to the market yesterday. So after Indian markets closed, the European markets actually closed positive. It was big green, in fact, but it was up more than 2%. But then what happened after that was shocking. In fact, yesterday evening I was out and with my friend, and I did not even watch what was happening in the US market. And I had a message from Pro Shrivan that look what's happening in the US market. I actually went there and looked at it. It was shocking. Not 2-3%, but Nasdaq was up more than 5%. S&P 500 was up by 5%, and Dow was almost up by 2%. What was happening? And of course, the inflation data was expected. So we had discussed yesterday that inflation was at 8.2% last month, and it was expected, as per poll, that it would come around 7.9%, which was good. At least a sign that inflation is actually reducing in the US. But then the actual inflation data has actually come much lesser than expectation. That is 7.9% was expected and 7.7 was reported. So that has actually which powered the market. In fact, if you remember, just a few days back in the podcast, I have told you that the US markets are an oversold condition, and just a small trigger is enough to bring that big rally. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. That big rally in Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, was oversold. Tech stocks were oversold. In fact, the tech stocks were so much oversold that yesterday almost every stock, like the big stocks like Meta, Apple, all of them were up by 6-7% in one day. Imagine Reliance up by 6-7% in a single day in India. That's the kind of effect that was seen there. And every stock kind of powered the market, and every stock was rallying yesterday. There was huge buying, and that is what actually triggered the market. So now, definitely that's a good sign, and definitely as we see, Asian markets are also cheering up, and Asian markets are also rallying up. We could see Hong Kong and Japan, all of them rallying up this morning. So definitely positive scene in India as well. So what is happening in India? So of course, SGX Nifty is already indicating a gap up opening, and SGX Nifty is already trading at 18,400. Though 18,400 may not be opened, I would say in India we might expect about 18,300 opening. That would be something really good. But then, being a weekend, of course, we might see some sell-off by day end. That's something expected. But then we have taken some positions in Gold Club, which will also, eventually in one portion would actually go up into very good profit. One portion would be slightly into loss. But then we will manage it, and we will still come out. And I am really proud that our winning streak in Gold Plus actually continues, as we actually continue to make profit the last week also, as we at the expiry yesterday, and we could close more than 1% profit again this week, in spite of 1 day holiday, without any tension, no watching the markets continuously. With all that, we're making easily about 1 to 2% returns a week. Isn't that more than enough? That's something that we are really proud about. So the winning streak continues in Gold Plus. All of us are in positive, and that's something really good. And apart from that, if you see what's happening in the market today, I would say it is very important to watch the important level. So if you see, last time also we tried to touch 18,300, but then it was not breached. So 18,300 can be a good resistance, and if 18,300 is broken, I would say things are going to look really good. So will this rally continue? Now that's a big question. So whatever happened in the US was looking like more of a short covering rally, because all of them were so short, and as soon as markets started recovering, it was a big rally that happened. So I think that today US markets will kind of consolidate after such a big rally, and probably take a small dip, and then probably only rally. So this is what I anticipate with my experience in stock market. But see, of course, as we always say, the stock market can never be predicted, but just anticipated. So this is just my analysis. Hoping the market would move similar. We should actually get into profit, in the gold again. So that's what I'm expecting right now. So let's see how things turn. Will the Indian market be able to finally break 18,300, or will it again try to have a resistance? That's something that needs to be watched out. So all the best. I'm sure one important thing is that the Platinum Club trades that we are holding, that should be something really positive today. So let's look forward to IT stocks would be in major focus today, because Nasdaq has finally rallied. IT stocks have been underperforming, and IT stocks were at very good levels, and now I'm expecting it to kind of explode. So that's something that needs to be watched. Infosys, HCL Tech Mahindra, Wipro, I think all of them should go. Along with that, all those members who had invested in the Nasdaq 100 ETF must be really happy because that also should be getting some good returns today. So let us look forward to a great day today. Looking forward for the Indian markets to actually break 18600 high. That would be amazing. But however, something that we need to see is November 2nd week is completing and Indian stock market is continuing to be strong over 18,000. So that's something amazing. And let us look forward for the markets to actually break out. So this is a weekend. We will catch up with more details on the Sunday meeting. So looking forward to catch up there. The Sunday meeting is only exclusively for MPA family members. So if you're not a part of the MPA family, do go to the website and join the community quickly. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share. That of course motivates us. And do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a great weekend. Let's catch up on Sunday.